In October, the BRICS countries reduced their holdings of U.S. treasuries by almost $29 billion, strengthening the trend toward de-dollarization and reserve diversification. In annual terms, the scale of the sell-off is even more significant. From October 2024 to October 2025, China shed $71.4 billion of U.S. debt, Brazil $61.1 billion, and India $50.7 billion. ING analysts note that the BRICS countries are quietly exiting the U.S. Treasury market, reducing their dependence on dollar assets. This process coincided with J.P. Morgan's pessimistic forecast for the dollar in 2026. According to Meera Chandan, co-head of the bank's global currency strategy, the dollar outlook remains broadly bearish, although less severe than in 2025. Expectations of a Fed easing policy amid a tougher stance by the ECB and the Bank of Japan also weigh against the dollar. Experts attribute the BRICS countries' actions to broader structural changes in reserve management. In addition to selling U.S. treasuries, central banks are actively increasing their gold reserves and developing settlements in national currencies. While the BRICS countries' U.S. debt sales are currently being partially offset by the private sector, this trend will increase pressure on the dollar in the long term and undermine its status as the definitive reserve asset. The BRICS will represent a 40 to 50% decline in the dollar's share of foreign exchange, which will prevent the pumping of unproductive dollars into the world economy. The biggest problem will be the budget deficit, loans from the population that no longer has the purchasing power needed to create any kind of GDP. One way out is to bring industrial production back to the US, but that is a longer-term solution. The quickest and most cost-effective method is to allow 10 million immigrants in annually for the next few years, which will start a new cycle of debt-free spending. Or forgive the debt of the population and start all over again. That will destroy the dollar, but with a good start. Otherwise, the dollar will collapse without a chance for a good start.